Okay, so let's see how in 10 years the straight heterosexual community has really honestly taken a turn into being LGBT. And this reason why is because straight people, a lot of people in the straight community are bisexual. This is a part of the whole thing where, homosexuality was stigmatized long ago. So a lot of bisexuals decided to hide and claim they're straight as a choice when being straight is not a choice. It's your nature, basically. Anyway, um, this guy here, Max, was very confused. He kept talking about trans women. I want to say one thing. Trans women generally are not attracted on the percentage of monosexual trans women. Monosexual trans women are usually attracted to only women. They're not usually attracted to men. Just pointing that out. So that when men have a fixation, in my opinion, to trans women and whether who should date them or whatever, to me it's weird because it's like most trans women are attracted to women. And between those who are only attracted to men and those attracted to women, more are attracted to only women. I think because you have a heteronormative thing in your head, I think that's why you think that transsexual sexuality is geared towards men, when statistically it's proven actually it is not. Now, the point of what I was talking about was specifically this. I've always said this. I've always been attacked by trans women for my sexuality because I am, like I said, I am attracted to people of the male sex, okay? Anyone over 18 who is of the male sex. Specifically, they can identify as men, they can identify as agender, genderqueer, non-conforming, and they can identify as trans women if they so choose to. For me, that's just how it is. I've always been open about that. And for a long time, among straight people, it was a consensus that if someone had a difference in gender expression, it did not change the sex they were. Therefore, people are usually attracted to people based off of their biological sex. And we respect people on how they express themselves or what gender they want to be called or whatever. But attraction is going to be based. Sorry about that. It's going to be based on specifically whether someone is male or female. Usually this happens with homosexuals and heterosexuals, and I did a video specifically on this, talking about heterosexuality and how it is specifically based on, motivated by the desire to reproduce. Basically, the reproduction basically influences heterosexuality and heterosexuals. It's basically you have attraction to people who can impregnate you or people you can impregnate. That's how heterosexuality works. This is why men are more attracted to women when they ovulate, and this is why we women are attracted to men more when we ovulate. It is definitely connected to reproduction. Libido goes up and everything during those time periods. So to me, it's like for heterosexuals, reproductively, like I said in my previous video, women, a biological woman, someone who has ovaries, uterus, you get what I'm saying. For us, the only people who can reproduce with us are people who are specifically of the male sex. That includes men, men who are of the male sex who identify as men, people who identify as genderqueer, agender, bigender, I forgot about that one, non-gender conforming of any sort, or transgender, or demigirl, or however else. And I'm not trying to make fun of anyone's identity. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to explain that to be attracted to people who you can reproduce with, who are of your opposite sex, it's not going to pertain to what they identify as. It actually pertains more to what they reproductively are when it comes to physical attraction for heterosexuals. Now, one other part of this that I wanted to talk about was, this guy was trying to say real straight women. This was the woman who was specifically telling me that I wasn't straight because I was attracted to male people and only male people who specifically could impregnate me, which we all know homosexuality cannot cause pregnancy. But these two people, Max, who is apparently a very woke individual, and this one, and a few others, who were, I think they were trying to infiltrate, like, the section, because this was a conservative platform. But, specifically, we're trying to say that even though someone can impregnate you, is still homosexual. So basically, what they were trying to say was homosexual sex can cause pregnancy, which we all know that's not the case. And I'm not hating homosexuals. Homosexual sex, one of its perks is that you cannot impregnate anyone in that type of sexual encounter. You know, that is part of one of its perks and one of its characteristics. You can't just say it's homosexual sex for someone to have sex with someone who could potentially impregnate them. It just doesn't make any biological sense. And the person they were trying to say was specifically saying that I was not straight simply because I don't lose attraction to males if they're wearing a dress or not. Which is weird to me. I don't understand. To me, when it comes to physical attraction, it's not about clothing. Why would I ever be attracted to someone based off clothing? It almost seems like clothing to me would imply, I'm telling myself it's okay to be attracted to this person or that person. That's not how my mindset goes. I mean, I'm not specifically, I don't think it's wrong to be attracted to anyone of either sex, for that matter. So I don't see it as wrong to be attracted to women. It's just that I'm not attracted to women. So it's different than what you guys are thinking. I think you're thinking from a Christian bisexual sense. Not this one. This one. He's thinking of like a bisexual who's a Christian specifically will tell themselves they're not supposed to be attracted to something, so therefore they are not attracted to them, even though they are. And the clothing signify basically whether they should be attracted to them or not. So if they're wearing a dress, they're not going to be attracted to them. If they are, they're going to, if they are wearing pants, they'll be attracted to them. This is the same type of person who will find themselves attracted to like trans men or whatever, because they aren't really going off of their nature. They're going off of something self-programmed in their head. For me, it's not self-programmed, it's just my nature. And I happen to just be attracted to male people, or my opposite sex. Anyway, I wanted to address the part where you're saying that it was a real straight woman who was saying I wasn't straight, but this person here was bisexual, and she said it herself. So you saying real bisexual woman? No, sweetie. Not a real real straight woman. She was a real bisexual woman. And a lot of bisexuals try to say that everyone's bisexual, I always find that weird because it's like, isn't that pretty homophobic, honestly? It's homophobic to homosexuals, of course. It's hateful towards everyone. I mean, if I said everyone was heterosexual, that would be pretty homophobic. But then somehow bisexuals think it's okay for them to say that. Why would it be okay to superimpose your own sexuality onto other people just because you were wired bisexual? Which, to me, I have my own views of that, and I told her about that, but I'm not going to say that here because it was a little rough. Anyway, my whole point in this is this. You can't try, bottom line, you can't, at least. You can't try and act like homosexuality will cause pregnancy. So any interaction that someone has with someone that can impregnate them cannot be homosexual if they can become pregnant by that person. You get what I'm saying? So trans women have sperm. I have ovaries. For me, in my opinion, I don't think it can be specifically gay for you to be with someone who has sperm and you have ovaries because you can get pregnant. You cannot say a homosexual sexual encounter can produce children. That it just can't. Homosexual unions occur with people of the same reproductive organs. I do not have the same reproductive organs as a trans woman. I have ovaries, I have a uterus, I have fallopian tubes, period. I can become pregnant and they can impregnate. So therefore, it is the same function. The sperm, in those cases, are not going to be any different than sperm from a man who identifies as a man and is biologically a male. So that's all I have to say in this, okay? I know a lot of people are confused and they are now indoctrinated by the woke ideology. Just 10 years ago, I was usually open about this, and specifically, I still did have a few people in the comments, you would see them, saying that people are attracted to people based off of the sex they are, not off of what they identify today as. But long ago, it was a consensus from straight people that biological women who are attracted to trans women were not considered gay because they're opposite sex individuals. The person who's a trans woman is biologically male, and a cis woman, is a biological female. Biological male and biological female means straight, not gay. So that's one part of it. And then one other thing I wanted to say in this was, I think this is important, okay? Your argument was specifically trying to say that trans women and men being together was not straight and that was gay. But then at the same time, you're trying to say any straight woman with that person is gay. So really, in your reality, I think what you're trying to say is that you are upset, I think, really, more so than anything. It's not that you have an opinion that trans women are not biologically women. I think you're just upset at what they do, and you morally are upset at them. So therefore, you're saying it's not straight for them to be with anyone, basically, which makes no logical sense. See, you're not having a good argument here. Maybe because you can even tell how you talk, you have a low IQ. So you can't comprehend what you're even saying here. Okay, what I'm saying is very clear. To me, a trans woman and a biological woman is not a homosexual union because they can produce a pregnancy together. Therefore, obviously, it's not homosexual. It cannot be homosexual because they have opposite sexual reproductive organs. And it doesn't make any sense. Let's be honest. Are you saying that Kris Jenner is a lesbian or bisexual because she was married to Caitlyn Jenner? They reproduce, had several children together. Kris Jenner's wife, I guess. I don't know how to reference Caitlyn Jenner. Had several children with several other people. So, if that is indeed homosexual, You're calling a lot of people who are straight women homosexual or bisexual because someone felt like they were a woman one day. What about people who are bigender? What about people who are gender fluid, where specifically one day they feel like a woman and the next day they feel like a man? What is that? People who are with them, what are they? What if a woman is with a male person who identifies as a woman one day and a man another day? You mean to tell me she's bisexual some days and some days she's not? You don't make any logical sense. That's why it's based off of the biological sex, not on what someone thought they were or feel they are one day or another day. So that's all I have to say on here. I just feel like, don't play with me and don't pretend with me that you're not woke and you're not liberal when you're spouting liberal ideology. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Have a great day. Bye, guys.